what is going on, Rangers? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my review of the Supertrain Megazord from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. We have the Rail Rescues 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in front of us today. We're going to break each one down individually, then combine them together to make the Supertrain and talk about that figure. Let's get right into it, guys. So, the Rail Rescues are essentially train-themed Zords that act as carriers to move both the Rescue Zords and the Megazords into battle. Eventually, Ms.Fairweather allows the Rangers to use the train cars themselves to form its own Megazord, the Supertrain Megazord. So, they all can be displayed individually like this, but everyone knows from the show when they make the actual train, so I'm going to do that for you guys. I don't think I have enough room on this table to make the full 5-car length train, but I can link a few of them together for you just so you can get the idea. So let's see how far we can actually go with this. So what you're going to want to do, there's these tabs in the back of each train car. You're going to want to just pull them down like this. Mine's a little stiff, but there is your connecting clip. And then in the front of each train car, there should be a tab to pull out, just like that. You can see from underneath, there's a little tab for you to slide it out with, just like that. And then they will connect into each other, just like that. And so on and so forth until you get the entire train. And then they are able to roll. I do apologize for not being able to show the full train, guys. This table is rather small and the train gets rather long. What I can show you though is if I tuck this back in there, I did bring the Max Solar Zord with me today to demonstrate that. Carter's Zord does have a clip in the front, just like Chad's does, that can be brought out. And then the Max Solar Zord has that connection in the back that can be lowered down. Just like that. And Carter's Zord will fit right above that. And then we can have the Max Solar Zord pulling the train, like they're going to make the Omega Megazord. So that is a very cool play feature that they included with this set. So as I mentioned, each one of these trains also acts as a carrying Zord for the Lightspeed Zords and for the Megazords, and you can recreate that with these. There is a tab on each of them that will open up this door, and underneath this part is a ramp that will pull out and slide down. I have the Rescue Zords here, and I have the Megazords here. Both of these Zords will fit in that slot. So you can have the Rescue Zord in there, and it will close. Just like that, so you can have it in its train form, pull up, and then you can have the door open just like in the show, and have the ramp pull out, and then you can have the car actually drive down the ramp. Or, in the case of the Megazords, you can have the Megazord in there as well. So if it's blasting off into space like in the show, once they're in space, the door will open and the Megazord will fly out just like that. So it is very cool that they included that feature on these trains. I will go over each one for you to see. So let's talk about Rail Rescue 1 up close. We have a chrome turbine up here with a chrome Lightspeed emblem. We have these two yellow cannons that can be pulled out for train mode and then pulled back in when it's time to transform it. I just keep them tucked in there. We can see the rails here. Underneath is relatively flat with some undercarriage sculpting. We have a Lightspeed emblem and the 1 logo here. It's a sticker, not paint. We have the large 1 on the door. More chrome applications here by the Cockpit. And it is more or less the same on the other side. And on the back, we have the port that will become the arm. Up next, we have Chad Zord number 2. We're going to quickly open the door here for you to see. The ramp will pull out just like Carter's. They all act the same. You can put the blue Rescue Zord in there, close it up. Open it back up, pull the ramp down. The Rescue Zord will slide down. You can also have the Megazord in there. The Megazord will fit in just like that. Close the ramp, close the door. When it's time to pull it out, open the door, pull it out. And guys, the Megazord review is also live on my channel right now. Go check that out if you haven't seen that yet. So let's take a look at number 2 up close. This time we have a flat front with a sticker of a light and a sticker of some sort of vent. We have those same cannons that we can pull out and some headlight stickers down here. Lightspeed emblem front and center. Blue detailing on the wheels or rails. We have that same Lightspeed emblem in number 2 back there. Large number 2 on the side. Connecting port on the back. More or less the same on the other side. The top has this weird roof for the cockpit. There are 2 yellow pieces that act as the guides for the train. I do not have those. And underneath is the same as Carter's with some minimal sculpting of an undercarriage of the train. Here we have Joel's Zord Rail Rescue number 3. This one is a little confusing because this side has a cockpit as well as this side. But if you are putting this into train mode, you do want to make sure that the door for the Rescue Zord or the Megazord is towards the back of the figure. That is how it is seen in the show. Let me show you what it looks like. You're going to open the door from the top because it is an air vehicle. Inside of here, we can see that there is the sculpting of Joel's number 3 logo. It's very cool. We're going to take the Rescue Zord and plop it down in there. You guys can see what that looks like down in there. And then that will lift up when it is time to make the Lightspeed Megazord. And then we have the Megazord as well, which will plop right down in there the same way. And once again, once it's time to make the Megazord, you can pop that right back out. Let's take a look around the Zord. We have, again, yellow cannons that can be pulled out in the front. I believe I'm missing the Lightspeed emblem that would go on where this circle is. We have some headlight stickers down here, some chrome up here. Kind of cool that we can see the vents. We have more Lightspeed logo stickers on the side here, on both sides, and of course that giant number 3. And here is the undercarriage before I forget. Here we have Rail Rescue number 4. Open that door up. Slide the ramp down. We'll take Kelsey's Rescue Zord. Slot it in there like that. Close that ramp back up. Close it in there. Make sure the ramp is fully in there. Just like that. We're going to open it back up. It can roll out of there like it's going to make the Rescue Megazord. And we can take the Megazord and we can slot it right in there. Just like that. Open it back up when it's time to make the Megazord and pull it right back out. And that door can shut once again. Let's take a look at it close up again. Again, we have cannons that can be pulled out in the front. Mine are a little stiff, so those can be out. We have that Lightspeed logo right there, front and center. We have sculpted in headlights with no stickers. Side profile of the Zord with all the yellow detailing on the wheels, rails, and pinstriping. Lightspeed emblem number 4 there, large number 4 there. Etching on the back. And the undercarriage. Lastly, we have Dana's Rail Rescue number 5. Let's open it up and get her Rescue Zord in there. Open that door up. Her Rescue Zord will slot right in there. You can close that up. When it's time to make the Lightspeed Megazord, pull that open, pull the ramp down, and she'll roll right out of there, just like that. And then, of course, the same for her Omega Zord. Put that in there, close the ramp, close the door. Time to make the Omega Megazord, door will open. Sometimes they get a little stuck because they shift inside of there. They're not actually very well held in there. They're kind of loosely fit into this slot. That can close right back up. Let's look at it up close. I am missing one cannon on this side, guys, but I do have this one, so this one will actually fold out like that. The front is very aerodynamic and sharp. We have the side profile here of all the pink detailing, the Lightspeed emblems, the large number 5, these cool chrome fans right here. From the back, the other side, the undercarriage. And I haven't been displaying that 4 and 5 have these large Lightspeed emblems that are going to become the knees. Alright guys, we have gone over each individual rail rescue as its own component. It is time to combine these into the Supertrain Megazord. So as we all know in the show, the transformation begins with them all latched together in train formation going up the ramp. As I just mentioned, I do not have the ability to start it out that way. I just don't have enough space to form the full train. So we're going to get started with the legs. Push these over to the side. I may have to adjust the camera a few times to get the whole thing in frame. It is a very tall Zord, guys. Let's get going. For 4, the cockpit is going to go up just like this. You can see that's already out of frame. That's already basically as tall as the Lightspeed Megazord, if not taller. This part up here, you push down on it, and you will get this joint. And then you will do the same with 5. The cockpit is going to go up. You're going to push down, and you're going to get this other joint. They're going to go just like this. And we're going to set them way back here. And we can pan the camera up. Just so the feet are touching the bottom of the frame there. Next, what you're going to do is take Joel's Zord. Mine is a little broken, so I'm going to go slow. We're going to pull apart at this chrome piece in front. Just like that. You're going to see that red plastic inside there, guys. This front cockpit is actually going to rotate up and back and clip on to where the door for the Rescue and Omega Zord is, and it's going to click just like you heard. This is what we're dealing with right now. Next, if we spin it around, we have these wheels that have connecting ports on them. These will rotate outwards. I do have to be careful because one of mine is broken. Rotate outwards and click, rotate outwards and click, just like that. And lastly, what we're going to do is this hinge here, we're going to break that, and we're going to connect this clip into that female end. Just like that, revealing the head. And then we just plug it in just like that, and we get a very satisfying connecting sound. Look how tall this thing is, guys, compared to those figures back there. It is almost as tall as that Alien Ranger Lightning Collection box, which I would say is a good 18 to 20 inches tall. Next, we're going to take blue and red, and we're going to take them. We're going to take the fronts off. You can see the seam there. We're just going to unclip that, put that down for a second. We have the fist out now. We're going to take this back piece, and we're going to push it in, which is going to push this connecting clip out the back, and we're going to rotate it around to clip into that red plastic right there. And then we can put this on the left side of the Megazord. Just like that. We can take this front piece and we can tab it in right here on the upper shoulder. And then we're going to do the same for Chad's. We're going to take this front piece off. We're going to push down on the back right here. It's going to eject this connecting piece, which is going to fold around into this red plastic and clip in firmly. And then it's going to go on the right side of the Megazord. Lastly, this front piece will clip into the upper shoulder, just as Carter's did. And we can take these horns and lift them up just like that, revealing the face. I'm actually going to wipe that down really quickly because there's a lot of dust on that. And I meant to wipe it down beforehand for you guys. Some of these have been sitting in storage for so long. Alright, now that he's all cleaned up for you guys, take a look at that. Speaking of Supertrain, we have the train outside coming by. That's actually rather fitting. That's almost like I planned that. Make way for the Supertrain, guys. That's too funny. Alright, so let's talk about this gigantic figure. First of all, quickly, let me just show you what it looks like next to the Lightspeed Megazord. So we're going to do this super fast. You guys can stare at all of its glory in the meantime while I quickly form the Lightspeed Megazord. Go check out my review of the Lightspeed Megazord up now. I did find that Megazord saber, so again, check it out. There should be like a speed running test to see how fast people can form Megazords. I just lost. Joel just messed me up. So there we have it next to the Lightspeed Megazord, and you can see that it is about double the size of the Lightspeed Megazord. It is crazy. We'll even stand up the Omega Megazord. We can even stand up the Max Solo Zord next to it for even more of a comparison. It is absolutely gigantic, guys. We can move one of these Lightning Collection boxes a little closer. It is a very big Zord, guys. I was able to come across my tape measure. Let's take a quick measure. He's coming in at about 17 inches tall, guys. That is crazy, 17 inches. So let's talk about this Zord. First of all, I'll show you him up close before we start talking and getting into articulation and all that cool stuff. Close-up of the head for you guys to see. I'll straighten out that horn. Pardon the dust. Alright guys, so let's talk about articulation and then more about the Zord. Articulation is rather simple. We have a full 360 arm. Do be careful, those arm joints can come loose very easily. And we do have wrist that will open, hand that will open, not wrist. Your hand opens, not your wrist, pardon me. Sometimes I get a little brain fogged doing these videos, guys. There's so much that you have to pay attention to. I do apologize if I ever misspeak or forget something. I try to remember as much about the figure as I can, but I do very much appreciate all of you down in the comments who are helping me to remember things that I have missed or forgotten or didn't know about in the first place. So keep on commenting, guys. I enjoy you being here. I enjoy you being a part of the Ranger Ready community. Consider subscribing and joining the family for real. We would love to have you aboard the team. There's a lot more of these videos coming. I have a bunch of other figures right here below the table ready to be filmed. So join the family today, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Very much appreciate it, and much love to you all. So back to the figure. We all know that it has its two main attacks up here. We have the gatling blaster here and the turbine. And then we have, if you lower this down, we'll get up close there so you can actually see it. I'll do it again for you all. If you lower this down, we have all of those missiles in there that you can see in the show. Very cool. Only one of them has a sticker on it though, but that's okay because these are actually etched in the plastic with the Lightspeed logo. You do not need the sticker to see them. It's very, very cool that they did that. They didn't have to do that. They could have left them as plain gray plastic discs. Not a lot of articulation, but it is certainly a figure to behold. It's a great one for the collection. Displaying this thing is awesome. I've actually kept mine away in storage, but I might pull it out and put it back into my collection. It's just fitting this thing onto a shelf and then worrying about the shelf falling down is an issue. So guys, overall, that has been my review of the Supertrain Megazord from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. If you did like the review, I kindly ask that you like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. It does help out the channel and the small creators like me very much, and I do very much appreciate it. And once again, I do invite each and every single one of you Rangers to join the Ranger Ready family today. We would love to have you here on the channel to talk all things Power Rangers with. And until the next time, guys, I will see you later.